Well, last week, Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom had a debate, which was completely irrelevant.
Now, there's a lot of people that's saying it ain't important. It's a waste of time. No, it is not a waste of time.
Yeah, actually, it was, Officer Tatum, and I'm going to take issue with you because I really have no patience with a guy masquerading as a conservative political commentator who is really nothing more than on the grift and a pimp. And yeah, Officer Tatum, I'm looking in your direction.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. Somebody on the top of the line.
Hi, this is Pastor Marty, and I'm back. I understand that one of my videos may have caused a little bit of an issue, but that's not why I've been gone for the past week. I have moved. You can tell my surroundings are just a little bit different, but I am now in the state of Georgia. And I'll be saying more about that in the coming weeks. But I am so glad that you are still with us here on the afternoon drive, and we will start getting our video commentaries back on a regular schedule. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Once you are, smack the bell, click the word all so that you get notification of my rants, my ravings, and my undeniably flawless reasonings. Welcome to the afternoon drive. Officer Tatum claims to be this conservative black commentator who was all in on Donald Trump, all for Donald Trump. Apparently, he's really switching his alliances, and okay, but here's where I take issue. You're making money off his name. Oh yeah, you love to tout your Donald Trump merch, your four-time indictment champion, where he's kind of striking the Rocky pose, but it's got Donald Trump's face. And yet you turn around and you say this.
And especially Donald Trump. Donald Trump, just figure out what you got going on legally and quit interjecting yourself in this stuff. I saw Donald Trump post that this is a pointless debate. No, it is not.
Dude, shut up, mind your own business, take care of your legal issues. What? But I shouldn't be surprised because you have flipped and flopped on Vivek Ramaswamy. You were all in on Vivek. Then you're kind of in and out with Ron DeSantis, but apparently you're back on Team DeSantis. But yet you keep pushing the Trump merch. You know why? Because nobody's buying DeSantis merch. Nobody's buying Vivek merch. But they will buy Donald Trump merch. You're like a pimp. A pimp who promises the girls, I love you, as he keeps turning them out to turn these tricks because those tricks make him money. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Because that's all he's doing with Donald Trump now. He's having Donald Trump's image, and he wants you MAGA supporters to give him money to buy that merchandise when he trashes them. And basically goes on to say now that Donald Trump, he lumps him in with Joe Biden as being old and irrelevant.
Donald Trump can tell how great the unemployment is, and under his administration, they don't give a about nothing he say. They turned off. They hate his guts. They hope he dies and go to prison for the rest of his life. Nobody's listening to him. Joe Biden is dead. He's literally a dead man walking. He's circling the drain. So a lot of people will never listen to him. He's old. He's dumb. He's losing it. Nobody will ever listen to Joe Biden. So you two old dudes can talk as much as you want, and many people will tune you out. But Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom, to be honest, they are the future of Republican and liberal politics.
Survey says, sorry, Ron DeSantis is not the future of the conservative movement. Why? Because Deep State Ron is just that. He's deep state. And Officer Tatum, maybe you should stick to just whatever it is that you used to do in your former life as a police officer, writing tickets and eating donuts. Because as far as any type of keen insight into the political genre, you are apparently clueless. And I don't care how many conservative groups have you in to speak, go on in, be the entertainment, the warm-up act for whoever the main event is, whatever. The bottom line is you really do lack, number one, obviously, any type of loyal integrity, because the way you just trashed on Trump, and don't come back and say, oh, I'm still for Trump, but no, you're not, and you're just pimping out his name so that you can make a buck. Let's be really clear. You are a grifter, and that is all you are, and that is all I will ever see you as, and I will never support your channel again, ever. And I know you don't care. You got your 2 million subscribers, and who am I and what have I got with mine? But that absolutely just infuriates me that you will make money off of him while at the same time trashing him. Why don't you go ahead and put out a Vivek t-shirt? Because nobody will buy a Vivek t-shirt. Why don't you go ahead and put out some DeSantis merch? Because nobody will buy DeSantis merch. That's why. Why? Because Ron DeSanctimonious, Ron, Deep State Ron, is a fraud. Right down to the lifts he's got to put in his boots so he can look tall. He is not a conservative. But apparently that's lost on you, Officer Tatum. I was on the air in the Orlando radio market when Ron DeSantis was running for governor the first time. And I am telling you, those of us in the conservative media in Florida at the time dragged his sorry carcass across the finish line. He almost got beat by the mayor of Tallahassee, a crack-addicted, degenerate, almost came within a tenth of a point, literally, of beating him. He got in office, and when he loves to take all these victory laps on how well he handled COVID. No, he did not. In the beginning, he was in a mad rush to be the Florida version of Governor Cuomo up in the People's Republic of New York. Oh, yes, he was. He closed down businesses. He shut down the beaches. He shut down churches. And it wasn't until Rodney Howard Brown, a pastor over in Tampa, a charismatic TV preacher, has a church of 5,000. It wasn't until he defied the shutdown order for churches. And 5,000 people gathered for a service, and in went the Florida State Police and handcuffed and arrested him in front of his congregation on TV. That members of Team DeSantis went to the governor and said, this is not a good look, and this is going to kill us with the evangelical vote. And it was only after that he began to open up the state. And he began to realize there was some political clout, and he was becoming kind of this hero rock star guy and offering people, what's the word I'm groping for? Oh yeah, freedom, which is guaranteed in the Constitution anyway. He is not conservative. He is not the right. It is the conservative legislative body in Tallahassee that dragged him to the right. All those issues he loves to take victory laps over, especially with how he took on Mickey Mouse and Disney. Yet when he revoked all of their special status, they self-govern. They don't have to submit to the state for their engineering plans and their zoning. They have been self-governing, and I put an end to that. Yeah, you only put an end to it after they publicly came after you over the don't say gay, and I know that was all a trumped up fake deal, but the don't say gay in school bill, and because they came out and they embarrassed you and hurt your feelings, then and only then did you take a stand against Disney, because in reality, you had given them, even under your governorship, even more carte blanche freedom to do whatever they felt like in Orlando. Why? That's the only reason anybody around the world would go to Orlando is for Disney. Disney is the main attraction, and other places like SeaWorld and Universal, they benefit from that. The people of Central Florida benefit from that. But in reality, without Disney, Florida, Central Florida, and tourism is toast. It's over. Because there's no ocean there. Miami will do well. Tampa will do well. Like Donald Trump said, hey, when you got sunshine and beach, you're going to do okay. So don't take these victory laps that you're this economic whiz. But apparently, Officer Tatum, you're not smart enough to figure out that's how that works, and that he was dragged to the right. And if he gets to Washington, D.C., he won't have that same type of right-leaning legislative body. And it will be business as usual. He will give in and cave into the status quo. He can't even stand up in a debate against Vivek or against Haley. He can't. And you think he's the future of the Republican Party? He's the future of conservatism? It just shows me either A, Officer Tatum, you are a complete novice and know nothing about what you're talking about, and you just react in the moment. Ooh, I like that debate. I like what he said here. I like what he said there. Ooh, he my guy. And then if Donald Trump were to go on stage and say or do something, you're like, ooh, I love the way Donald Trump said this. I love the way he did that. He my guy again. I hope your wife trusts you. Because how do we know that you're not out on booty patrol when you're traveling all over the country going, ooh, she my girl. I'm watching you flip and flop politically here. And you're doing it on your videos for the whole world to see. Where's your core conviction? Pimping and grifting is what it looks like, my friend. That would be B. You do get what's going on. You don't care because right now it's the bottom line, and Donald Trump's name will put money in your pocket, but he's old and he's got legal trouble, and you shut up and go away, you're irrelevant. Wow. Well, guess what, Officer Tatum? Bye.